Well, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 52 of the Let's Play World. Today we're going to see if we can track down the king and get his sword from him. I also want to get started on the path that's going to lead to the village and our city project, but first let's start off by doing a little bit of mining. So after 30 minutes of mining at level 46, we got a bunch of copper, some iron, and a fair amount of coal. And after 30 minutes down at level 15, we got some iron, tiny bit of gold, a little bit of redstone, a bunch of coal, some deep slate, and some tuff. I don't feel like our luck was as good as it was last time. We didn't run into any diamonds or any lapis or any emeralds, so we'll have to try again sometime. The next thing I want to work on is our elevator up to the surface and our outpost. And there is our finished outpost. I wanted to do something really simple, so I just used the materials I had available. So stone and acacia primarily. We've got this nice little staircase up to an acacia door. And then inside, again, real simple. Just a little bit of texturing, a little bit of decoration just to make it feel like home. I put fences instead of windows because I wanted it to feel kind of like it was a humid or hot environment, and we just wanted it to be open air. Couple of little utility things, my elevator down to the mine, and a bed so that we can hide from the monsters at night. This is the furthest that we've built south, so this will be the point from which we can explore some of the surrounding areas and see if we can find some of the new 1.17 materials. Just west of us, there's an ocean over here, and I'm going to see if I can find any geodes or shipwrecks or anything like that. Oh, there's one shipwreck. Oh, here's another shipwreck. It's right on the surface here. That's crazy. So there's another ocean monument. Oh, and there's another portal and a couple of shipwrecks. That's a busy ocean here. Wow. The treasure maps I found, they are the same, so they both point to the same place. So we'll have to investigate that at some point. I'm going to go ahead and leave these over here so that we can explore those in the future. But the next thing I want to do is I want to head back home and see if we can track down the king and get him to drop his sword. So I fought the king and a few of his sons, in addition to a couple of legendary monsters, and I didn't get him to drop his sword, but they did drop some cool stuff. So I did find a legendary leather cap and a legendary stone sword. They're not as good as the sword I'm using or the cap I'm using, but they're legendary, so that's a cool find. I found some legendary diamond boots. These have some good armor, knockback resistance, and a little bit of a health boost. I found a legendary Totem of Undying. Adds 6.5 to my armor, adds over 6 to my health, so that's a really cool thing to be carrying around. And then the king dropped a bow called Ember, and it's a flame bow with infinity, power, and punch. What's super cool is this bow is unbreakable. You can't put mending and infinity on a bow, so this is a perfect bow, a super overpowered bow. So that is a really cool find. Last thing we're going to do today is work on the path. So we're going to go with option number 2 that I had presented you guys last week, which is the stone with the stone brick periodically throughout the middle here. It's a really simple, kind of clean look. Does imply some wear down the middle, but it's not too noisy, it's not too distracting, so the buildings and everything will be the star of the show. And of course, once we get into different parts of the city or the village, we can switch things up a little bit. I think I got it. The curves are a little tricky to figure out sometimes, but I think I've got it right. We'll take a look at the map and see how it lines up. Next thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to texture the bridge a little bit, and then we'll do just a little bit of a path on the other side. There we go. That looks a lot better. Much, much more natural and worn in. Very nice. this here, I think, is going to be the beginning of the village. Imagine a couple of little houses on each side of the road, that sort of thing. And the road will continue along like this. And then I think it's going to turn before it gets to this hill, kind of head this way. So there'll be a little bit of a jog. And we might even have two roads, like maybe there's a second road here that kind of jogs over so that we can have like a block. And those two roads, they'll come across this way. Then they're going to move in that direction. And that'll kind of be our main drag. And we'll have some other houses and maybe some like businesses or apartment buildings, things like that are a little bit larger. And then as we get across the way over towards that bay over there, that's where we're going to have kind of our city and some of the taller buildings and skyscrapers, things like that. So this whole area is going to end up getting developed. It's going to be quite the project. It'll be pretty awesome. So all we're doing today is just getting the initial framework of the road installed. And we'll start expanding this and laying out a lot more of the streets and grids so we have an idea of where to build. And that'll give us a good idea of what buildings we need as well. It's going to be a huge project. You know, it's going to be a lot of buildings, a lot of spawn proofing, a lot of lighting. Yeah, it's going to take a long time, and there will be a lot of opportunities for feedback and input. So it's going to be really, really awesome. Let's update our map real quick because I want to see what this looks like. And there it is. Looks pretty epic. So imagine this coming out this way and then, you know, a little bit of a neighborhood here and then a main drag coming out this way with different streets coming off of it. We have a lot of space to work. There's a lot of little pockets of water and a couple of, you know, ravines and things like that that we might need to deal with. But yeah, we have a ton of space. When you look at how much, you know, room we've got here, it's more space than we've built in so far. So I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a really awesome project. Next week, we'll continue chasing down the king and see if we can break this curse. I'm also going to do one of the viewer submissions off the wall of tasks. Plus, we'll get started on our village and city project. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.